Hello, my name is Lauren, welcome to the Theoretical YouTube channel, and happy Halloween! Here's a photo of the year I dressed up as the dead ghost of Cedric Diggory. My siblings went basic with Harry Potter. Of course, there was also the year that Kai was specifically Harry Potter's Scar, so now who's really thinking outside of the box? Anyway, I know I haven't actually uploaded a video since like April, but in honor of spooky season, I thought I'd get back into the swing of things with a classic Harry Potter theory. After all, Halloween is an incredibly important day to the series. It's the night that the troll was let loose in the dungeons, the night that Voldemort killed Harry's parents, the night that Sirius first broke into the castle, and even the night when Harry's name was pulled from the Goblet of Fire. But for today, Halloween is the night that Ginny first opened the Chamber of Secrets and petrified Mrs. Norris with the Basilisk. This horrifying attack started the incredibly true rumors that Salazar Slytherin's monster had been unleashed on the castle. In the books, Professor Binns explains, Slytherin wished to be more selective about the students admitted to Hogwarts. He believed that magical learning should be kept within all magic families. He disliked taking students of Muggle parentage, believing them to be untrustworthy. After a while, there was serious argument on the subject between Slytherin and Gryffindor, and Slytherin left the school. He also goes on to reluctantly clarify that Slytherin, according to the legend, sealed the Chamber of Secrets so that none would be able to open it until his own true heir arrived at the school. The heir alone would be able to unseal the Chamber of Secrets, unleash the horror within, and use it to purge the school of all who were unworthy to study magic. Of course, we learn by the end of the book that Tom Riddle is actually the heir of Slytherin, who opened the chamber 50 years ago and terrorized the school by targeting mudbloods. When Moaning Myrtle died in the school bathroom, he blamed Hagrid so that he would be expelled, Tom Riddle could stay at Hogwarts, and the chamber wasn't opened again until Ginny found the diary in her first year of school. As Hermione cleverly deduces, both Tom and Ginny were opening the chamber and then using the pipe system in order to unleash the basilisk on the school. This is how Mrs. Norris, Colin Creevey, Justin Finch-Fletchley, Nearly Headless Nick, Penelope Clearwater, and Hermione herself were all petrified. Because, while the basilisk's gaze is ordinarily deadly, like how it killed Myrtle, each of the victims in Harry's second year narrowly avoided making direct eye contact. But one of the greatest inconsistencies in this book is why the basilisk never ate a single one of her victims. When Harry hears her voice echoing through the walls, she keeps saying, "Come, come to me, let me rip you, let me tear you, let me kill you." And yet, every single one of her confirmed victims remains unripped, untorn, and only mostly dead. Except Myrtle, who is definitely dead, but her body is still intact when she's found. So what gives? If the Basilisk's mission was to rid Hogwarts of Muggleborns by tearing them to shreds, even if they were just petrified, shouldn't she have still eaten them? It's not like they could run away. Well, upon careful reflection, I would like to claim that the Basilisk, and therefore Salazar Slytherin himself, never intended to kill any students, and that their plan for ridding the school of impure magic had a much more benign target: the Book of Admittance. Now, if you're like me and enjoy some extracurricular Harry Potter research outside of the main books, you probably already know what I'm talking about. But for those who don't, Hogwarts admission is based on two magical artifacts found somewhere in the school: the Book of Admittance and the Quill of Acceptance. When a baby shows enough magical ability to earn acceptance into Hogwarts, the quill writes down their name in the book, and the child is sent an acceptance letter on their 11th birthday. The book is a little stricter than the quill. The quill will attempt to write down the name of any child with even a whiff of magic, but the book will snap shut if there's not enough evidence. For instance, Neville Longbottom didn't have his name written down for years, despite the fact that he was born into a pureblood family. The founders of Hogwarts placed this system into the school in order to exclude squibs, non-magical people born into magical families, and include Muggleborns, magical people born into non-magical families. After all, if you're a mild-mannered dentist with a precocious and inexplicably talented daughter, how are you supposed to know that there's a magic boarding school that you can ship her to? No student has ever attended Hogwarts without first having their name written into the Book of Admittance. Both the book and the quill were likely created by the 4 founders of Hogwarts, including Salazar Slytherin. And while the exact reason and timing of his departure are still shrouded in rumor, we do know that Salazar Slytherin left Hogwarts because he did not want to teach Muggleborns.
You'll be next, mudbloods.
But here's what else we know about him. He was an incredibly talented, cunning wizard. He was very good friends with the other founding fathers, particularly Godric Gryffindor, and he was afraid of persecution by Muggles because he lived in a time where non-magical people hunted down and killed wizards. But above all, the most notable thing that we know about Salazar Slytherin is that he was an educator who helped build a sanctuary for young wizards. Which, if you ask me, seems to directly contradict the rumor that he also left a gigantic monster in the basement to kill some of them. And I know, he was supposedly only trying to kill the Muggleborns because he didn't want them to attend the school. But for such a supposedly cunning man, that plan is complete lunacy. Are you telling me that he never considered that setting a giant snake loose in the castle would potentially endanger more than just the very specific students he was trying to attack? Her eyes kill people! Are you telling me that one of the most intelligent wizards of all time, who cared more than anything about the safety of his school, just conveniently forgot that this might have some collateral damage? We never hear the legend of Salazar Slytherin's monster through a reliable source. Professor Binns spends his entire lecture also telling us that historical rumors should never be trusted and that this legend is not substantiated in fact. The Sorting Hat remains fond of Slytherin, literally including him in his songs of praise at the beginning of every school year. And it's not like Tom Riddle's gonna give an unbiased account of his mission. He says that he decided to leave behind a diary, preserving his 16-year-old self in its pages, so that one day, with luck, he'd be able to lead another in his footsteps and finish Salazar Slytherin's noble work. Tom Riddle, the 16-year-old boy who had already killed his Muggle father and grandparents, interpreted the work of Salazar Slytherin to be killing mudbloods. But even if that was his task, he kind of failed horribly. He had a giant snake with deadly eyes following him at his beck and call, and yet the only person he ever managed to kill with it was Myrtle Warren? And she died in the bathroom because she accidentally stumbled upon the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets, and Tom killed her to cover his tracks. He wasn't even targeting her. And then he just left her body to be discovered by the teachers. So either this basilisk with insatiable hunger is really bad at chewing, or Slytherin's monster was never designed to hunt Muggleborns. I think Slytherin bred her in the castle with one goal to accomplish after he'd left: to destroy the Book of Admittance. Because if the founders' foolproof method of selecting students was gone, the only families that would know to send their kids to Hogwarts would already be wizards. Muggleborns would simply never receive their Hogwarts letter, and never attend the school that he fought so hard to keep them out of. A bloodless solution to preserve the legacy that he left behind. And may I remind you what the basilisk was whispering when she was hunting through the castle walls? Let me rip you. Let me tear you. Let me kill you. Even when her prey is lying petrified before her, she never rips, tears, or even bothers to eat them. But you know what else famously rips and tears? Books. And sentient books can surely die. I mean, we literally see a sentient book die in the story when it's pierced by the fangs of this particular basilisk. And why would Slytherin have selected a basilisk as his weapon of choice? Well, I mean, he did have a thing for snakes. But besides its deadly stare, the basilisk's primary method of destruction is her venom, which is shown to be strong enough to destroy multiple Horcruxes. Something even goblin-made steel can't do alone. Remember that the only reason the Sword of Gryffindor was able to destroy Voldemort's Horcruxes is because it had already been imbued with the basilisk's venom, which means that a single bite from one of her fangs would not only rip it and tear it to shreds, but also likely kill the sentience inside. which is why I theorize that Salazar Slytherin never intended to purge Muggleborns from his beloved school by murdering them. Instead, I believe he left Hogwarts with an unnecessarily terrifying paper shredder meant to destroy the only known record of Muggleborns in existence, and still failed miserably. Why do I keep writing snake-centric theories? I literally can't look at a picture of a snake without freaking out. What a cruel, masochistic world indeed. Spooky. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please let us know in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos, like this one, where I figured out who spent the most time in the Hogwarts hospital wing. You can also consider supporting us on Patreon, like the incredible David W., Alex DeQuinto, and Nicole in Oregon, all of whom are definitely Muggleborn still waiting for their Hogwarts letters. But I believe that is all I have for you today, so thanks for watching. I do promise I am working on longer videos, but life is just like really, really complicated right now. But I will see you later.
Harry!
Did you hear it?
Hear what?